after 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We started this race just around 5:15, 2 hours into this thing so far. And LaBeouf, Mullins, Paulette, your top three. Sitting in fourth is going to be Meza, Zimmerman, Williams, Sacco, the top 7. Beeman, Clary, Rogluski, the top 10. Now McKinnon will go to 10th. Rogluski and White, that's the rundown of the 12 drivers. Yes, only 12 that took the green flag here at Daytona in the debut of the Josh White Racing eSports Cup Series from virtual Daytona International Speedway. An entertaining one to say the least. The first 122 laps at the World Center of Racing. Even the dog agrees that this is a good show. As they come to the line, LaBeouf, Mullins, Paletti. Change up for those positions as here comes Eric Zimmerman to the number 3 position in car number 94. He'll move to that spot. Hello, there we go.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I hear the dog just going crazy, man. Hey, we're all cooped up at home. We've been social distancing and staying at home for months.
I think my neighbor might be outside with their dog, so...
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we'll work on this and try to drown out the dog noise as they make their way off the corner. With Brady LaBeouf still leading, Mullins in second, Zimmerman third. As they'll come across the line here, another lap or 75 laps to go, 125 remaining here at Daytona. Yeah.
Looks like the 11 trying to work his way back to the front. He had control for a little bit before this 9 car took the lead, but he's trying to get around with, and they have a big train of cars behind them. They're just going to sit back there for now and just wait this out, trying to make it the entire way. I don't know, maybe some of them are going to try saving some fuel here, maybe the back runners here. But the 9 of Brady LaBeouf is not saving any fuel out front here as he's wide open.
Coming up on 300 miles here at Daytona. Still a long way to go. Yes, sir. Just past halfway, 25 laps to go, 126 laps complete here at the World Center of Racing. 74 to go. Now it's a sprint. LaBeouf and Mullins, Zimmerman, Paletti, Meza, the top 5. A long green flag run. I would say, not trying to jinx anything here, Brandon Carroll, but this is the longest green flag run of the race we have had so far.
I believe you are right, as we have one car coming to pit road here, the 09.
This is the starting of green flag pit stops, I believe, as here comes the 09, Brandon B. Williams onto pit road in the 09 car. Coming for service, Christopher B. Williams. I'm sorry, I think I said Brandon. I had Brandon on the brain, my colleague. Christopher B. Williams coming in. And could this be the resurgence of the beginning of green flag pit stops happening here at Daytona?
Looks like the 3 cars starting to lay off. Maybe maybe he thinks there's about to be a wreck here, or maybe he's gonna dive it down onto pit road in the coming laps here. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
I'm thinking within the next 5 laps or so. They're going to have to come to pit road. We just saw also Michael McKinnon in the Bang Energy Drink number 13 come off the pit road exit. Of course, he's several laps down. He was in the hunt for this thing earlier.
As we are coming to now 71 laps to go from Daytona International Speedway.
The question is, who drops onto pit road? Who is going to commit? Nobody commits right now. They'll all stay straight and narrow in the path at full speed with LaBeouf leading the charge. The flock of horsepower horses roar their way back into turn number 1 in those steel chariots virtual style with LaBeouf and Mullins and Zimmerman right there in 1, 2, and 3. There's a blimp view above Daytona of what's going on, what you're seeing. And still, 71 coming up on 70 laps to go. Everybody is still trying to run down Brady LaBeouf, the driver, out of Yuma, Louisiana. What a tough, strong ride for that driver. Brady LaBeouf, he has come oh so close to winning on the Truck Series, sanctioned by JW eSports. But could tonight be the night for him to win with the Cup cars here at Daytona and get that first sanctioned win on the series? Virtual style, back into turn number 1. And Brady LaBeouf brings them back to 1 again.
Looks like the 94 of Eric Zimmerman here is, after some troubles early in the race, he's passing cars, making some incredible saves a couple times during this race. He's in position. He's probably in the catbird seat right now if anything happens in front of him.
70 laps to go. Working now over 300 miles. Green flag pit stops. I got a feeling are coming as we're working our longest green flag cycle of the race here at Daytona Virtual so far in the JW Racing eSports Cup Series on League Racing TV and on the CRN Sports Audiocast Network. LaBeouf and William Zimmerman right there, 1, 2, and 3. They'll stay single file. No one breaks out of line as they hit the back straightaway. Woo! Zimmerman, little contact with Paletti. Paletti went shooting up the gap on the outside. And they play nice now as it's a 3-car battle to the inside. Paletti will close in under Zimmerman's car. And he'll fall back to...
And pit stops taking place. They all come down.
I knew it. They come roaring down pit road. Got to make sure they're not...
Oh, car into the wall. Car into the wall. Who was that? And Eric Zimmerman's around also.
Zimmerman has crashed on the pit road entrance. Looks like Raul Meza was around 2 and 37, but nonetheless, they are coming to pit road.
I believe the 29 also went around.
This is the green flag pit stops, and Paletti overshot his pit stall in 29. Pit stops under green flag. First time in sequence. As you see now, Sacco come roaring out of the pits, LaBeouf as well, and many others. Looks like Cody LaBeouf entered first.
And he
Brady LaBeouf, and he'll come out first there. Yeah. Now remember, they have to stay to the bottom of the apron until they hit that blue cone on the back straightaway, and then they can go back to the racing groove.
That 3-car has some drafting help there, but from the 11, but it looks like the 11 just hung him up to dry right there. And now the 11 car back up to second place here. As there's...
And it looks like they come off the racetrack during this cycle of pit stops, Brandon. If everything is correct on time and in scoring, Brady LaBeouf, John Mullins, and Nicholas Sacco are officially 1, 2, and 3 after a cycle of green flag pit stops.
Yes, and everybody else who came down with them, those mistakes that they had entering pit road really cost them, because now I believe only the top 5 are on the lead lap now.
Wow. And there's almost a 10-second gap for 4th place. At least that's what it looked like.
Yes.
Everybody else in the top 3 right there with each other. And then it's 20 seconds back to Tyler Beeman in 4th. Cody Paletti, he was in that dog fight. Now he's 20 seconds back in 5th to the top 3 cars that are right there leading the pack. 65 to go here at Daytona. We'll take a quick break and thank our sponsors, and we get ready to come back for the stretch of coming on 400 miles at the World Center of Racing. This is the JW Racing eSports Cup Series on League Racing TV and the CRN Sports Network.
Is a unique product. I mounted it in my truck. We've been through some rough terrain. There's a lot of tough roads that we go through here to get to some of the spots that we want to walk into. I can definitely say that the Rifle Caddy stands up to its name.
"65 laps to go here at Daytona." They come roaring across the stripe.
Top 3.
Welcome.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No change in the top 3.
Yes, no change in the top 3. In first, you have Brady LeBeouf, the 11 of John Mullins in second, and the 3 of Nicolas Santo in third place.
And how about Sacco? Caught up in an accident earlier, fell back by the wayside, and I think he finally just said, you know what, guys, I'm going to play smart. I'm going to stay the hell out of the way. I'm going to let you guys duke it out, fight it out, tussle it out, wreck it out, whatever it's going to be. And when it's time to go, under 60, 50 to go, I'm going to come back to the front. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. Kyle Nicolas Sacco, again, in that number 3, Bass Pro Shops, Tracker Road Century, shades of the colors that Austin Dillon was driving when he won the Daytona 500 a couple of years ago. He's right there in the number 3 position, moving by Christopher B. Williams in the 09. He'll now fall a lap down. That is the 5th place car. Did you hear me, Brandon? That's the 5th place car that just went a lap down on the racetrack.
The 91 of Tyler Beeman is now the last car in the lap, and he's 14 seconds back.
And here's something that are on the racetrack right now after a cycle of green flag pit stops. These are your leaders. And of course, if you count Tyler Beeman, all by his lonesome in the 91 car in 4th. Those are the only cars that are on the lead lap here as we approach now 61 to go at the line at Daytona.
I think this last 60 laps, when they get there, are going to be crazy. When these two behind them are probably going to work together here and make a move. You have to because of the draft here.
Line, LeBeouf, Mullins, Sacco, 1, 2, and 3. Tyler Beeman is in 4th. We're not showing his car. He's in the 91. But he's way probably on the other side of the universe compared to these drivers on this green flag cycle.
Let's actually see where he is currently.
Yeah, there he is. He's trying to hold off all comers, including Raul Meza. And there's your top 3.
Oh my.
So this race